If you watch any picture of a pro, like you'll see extreme pressures and stretches. You gotta be pretty damn strong to hold on to the club. But we want to get that feeling of brace, okay? Everything is posting up and bracing strong at impact. So how do we get that?
Winner of the gold medal and the champion golfer of the year is Padraig Harrington.
Welcome back to Paddy's Golf Tips. We're here at Grand Lakes in Orlando. Have you ever heard this one? Brace for impact, to do with golf. Okay, at impact in golf, we're actually trying to deliver a big, strong force. If you watch any picture of a pro, like you'll see extreme pressures and stretches. You gotta be pretty damn strong to hold on to the club. But we want to get that feeling of brace, okay? Everything is posting up and bracing strong at impact. So how do we get that? Well, pretty much there's a few drills. You can get an impact bag. I don't have an impact bag, so I'm gonna mimic it here. I've just got an old rucksack, and you can make an impact bag. You can get an old bag and just fill it with towels. Don't make it very heavy to start off with. So you put it on the ground and you just swing into it. I'm not going to hit it because I actually don't know what's in this, but as you see, if I'm hitting into something big, you can see how I'm going to post up and be nice and strong. Okay, that is a really good drill to do during the winter. Start off easy because you could hurt your wrists, so just build it up, nice swings, impact. Okay, if you haven't got that, okay, alternatively, and I pretty much think you should do this all the time anyway, whenever you're taking a practice swing, you should hit the ground, especially with a driver. So if I take a practice swing up here, it's quite loose, okay, it's relaxed. But if I take a practice swing and hit the ground with the sole plate of the club, you can see I'm bracing up. I'm getting much more of my impact position, okay? So remember, in the golf swing, we want, when we squat down, we want to pull that club hard down. We want, unless we're slicing it, we want to get the speed here. But as we come into impact, we're actually pulling the club back into us and bracing. This is brace, the core is brace. Your neck takes a huge amount of pressure. So we want that feeling. Again, hitting the ground gives a nice feeling. Another great way of doing it, a nod to Tommy Fleetwood, is do a Tommy Fleetwood finish. That is, if you try and stop at impact. So this is a great one for speed. Bracing is good for speed and strike, but this one's really good for both of those. So if I try and stop at impact, you can see I'm not able to do it. It'd be just too hard to get the club to stop there. But I'll have that curtailed follow through. Everything's going to be really strong in this position. So again, by trying to stop at impact, I'm going to push up, brace, be strong at impact. I'll have that 3/4 follow through. Great for hitting mid irons, really great. And it's good for speed to practice that way. So try and stop. So again, just like so, right? Brace at impact. One I love to see, guys, VJ Singh. You watch him on the golf course because you can't bring a training aid in the golf course. So what does VJ do to get that feeling of brace for impact? And the great thing as well, when you're bracing for impact, you're going to strengthen your grip. It's going to improve where your fingers are in your grip, because you won't be able to do it with it's hard to do with a bad grip. So your grip's going to get better, your strength's going to get better. And I watch VJ during tournaments when nothing's going on and he's just working on his swing. He'll walk over to the rough. Now I'll take my driver here. So he'll often go over to the heaviest piece of rough he can find, heavier than this even, and swing into it. Again, you can do that in your garden. If you've got a back garden, go find a bit of heavy clump of grass. Start off gently, guys or girls. I don't want you hurting yourself, but swing into grass. You're going to have to really get that resistance. So there's 3 great ways. Try and stop at impact. Remember, the club accelerates down and then you're pulling it into yourself. it's being pulled into yourself through impact. Okay, you get that feeling by trying to stop at impact. You get that feeling by hitting an impact bag. You get that feeling like VJ does swinging into some heavy rough. All great ways to get yourself to brace, but definitely when you're taking practice swings, you know, just hit that ground, because it will give you that brace coming back up. And also, the beauty of hitting the ground is teaching you to find the ground, which is essential to hit the golf ball. You've got to get that club down. It's essential to be able to find that ground. So that's just a simple, great drill. Clearly don't be doing it with an iron and a par 3 tee box or something like that, but do it where you're not damaging the golf course. Sole plate. See, I missed it there. I missed the ground there, and I dragged. What happened there is I dragged the handle. That handle went past impact like so. I didn't get lined up at impact with a release. Hit that ground like so. A great way of doing it. Get that brace, and remember, when you're getting that great brace, all likelihood is your legs are going to push up to do it. Everything is going to work nicely in sync when you're bracing up for impact bag, or bracing up at impact. Loads of nice ways of doing it there. Remember, brace for impact. If you have a comment or suggestion about future videos, please put it in the comments below. If you enjoyed or found these videos helpful, please like or subscribe down below to encourage me to do more.
Oh!